Hi everyone, today we'll see that how to install the MongoDB as well as how to use this. So for this you need to first download the MongoDB. So for this just write the MongoDB download on the Google and that will show you the link. So click on the first link and that will lead you to this site. Okay, so as per your operating system you can download the MongoDB. So like I have the Windows, so I am downloading this one. So click on the download MSI on this. Okay, now click on save. Okay, now click on next, then click on next, then click on the complete one, then click on install. So while it's installing, let's see the benefits of MongoDB. So MongoDB is basically a free and open source cross-platform document-oriented database program. So the important thing of MongoDB is that it is NoSQL database program and it is JSON-like document with schemas. So it means that like in SQL, we can have some columns which are only filled for some values but are not filled for other values. So those remains normally empty. But in MongoDB, which is basically a JSON based, so whatever values is required, just fill only those values and only those values will be considered, right? So that is why MongoDB is, you can say, in modern time mostly people or mostly big companies are using MongoDB. Now click on finish. So after installing the MongoDB, then we need to check that whether it is installed successfully or not. Go to the C, then go to the program files here and you will see a MongoDB folder, and this is server, this is 3.4, this is bin. So where we have all the files, right? So we'll use these files like MongoD, mongo.txt, but to use this from directly and to avoid the go into this directory again and again, we need to set this into the environment variable. So go to the environment variable by clicking on the right click on properties, then go to the advanced setting, then go to the environment variable, and here if you find the path, go to the edit. Then I have this path set up already, so just put the semicolon and paste this path, right, till MongoDB server 3.4 bin, right, and click on OK. So once you click on OK, click on OK. Okay, now let's go and open the command prompt, and let's say if you type Mongo, right, so it says that it has the Mongo but the connection failed, right? And if you write the MongoD, then it says that there is exception into this one. Okay, so there is one important thing into this one, that you need to create the data DB, right? So that is why it is saying that because it checks the C data and DB, and if it doesn't find, then it gives the error. So what we will do, we'll create this file. So go to C. So first create the folder data, and in the data create another folder DB. Yes, so we need to create these two folders. Okay, and now again check, do MongoD. Okay, so you can see this once, so now it is running there, and you can see that files are creating here, right? So click on allow access, right? So MongoD, if MongoD is running fine, it means that our database is running fine and we have created this and it is running wonderfully fine. Now because this is a MongoD command is the main thing which controls internally that whether the Mongo is working fine or not. But now to check, to use the commands actually, like how to show the database or how to create the tables, Then for this we create the we'll open the another command prompt. So we have successfully run the MongoDB database, but now we'll execute our queries. So to open the queries, open the another command prompt and click on open the new window. And if you write here Mongo, so Mongo is basically a terminal of Mongo where we can write the Mongo's queries and we can see. So let's say if you type db, so it means db is your database, which we have the first database as test. Okay, now we'll see more some commands that how they works in MongoDB server or database. So let's say show dbs. So it gives me info that how many databases I have. So admin is a default one and local is again default one, company which I have created. So now I will create a new database, right? So for creating a database, you can simply write use. So let's say name is coding. So this is my database. So switch to db coding. So now we are inside the coding database. So to check the tables, because right now there are no tables, so we call tables as collections. So if you give show collections right now, it will give nothing because we have no such collections. But if you want to make collections, means table. So what you do, you will give db dot create collections, and then you can write the name. So let's say I have collections as coding, so like courses. Okay, so it is showing that query has been successful. Now again check that whether show collection is showing. So yes. So now we have one table. So now we'll insert the data into the table. So we can insert the data like db dot courses, because now I have the table. So db dot courses dot insert, and then I can define like what kind of parameters I have. So let's say first I have title. So title, let's say I have Java, then let's say it has fee. So fees, let's say any number, let's 1000. Okay, and then so it is saying that right result and inserted 1. Okay, and now if you want to see that whether the data has been inserted or not, so you can check this by db.courses, which is table name, .find. So if you give this, then you can see that it is showing the data, but it doesn't look good. So you can give as pretty. So yes, so now it is giving that because MongoDB by default insert the ID value, which is always unique. So that is why it is showing as ID, and we have the title and fee, right? And now we can insert the values in array too. So let's say this was the value. So we can have, let's say, array, and let's put it as like this, and then this was one value. Now again insert the another value. So let's say I have title, this is let's say PHP, then fee, let's say 2000, right? So basically I should have put it as numerical, but this is a string, but it's okay for now. We'll put it like this. Okay, so insert this. Yes, so this was successfully inserted, and if you checked by find, then it is giving the 3 values because this was the earlier inserted one, and then we inserted 2 values. So these are the common values. Now it's not necessary that we should have values always similar like the columns. So the title, fee, they are not mandatory. Even we can have any value which we have not fee. So let's say this is one, let's say another course here. So let's say SQL, and if you insert this one, and if you see the pretty one, so like this one, these are the three values, and then we have four values, right? So anywhere, any parameter, we can have any parameter. It's not mandatory to have all values, or we can have only one parameter. Okay, so now let's say if I want to update some value, so how can I update, right? So let's say so we can do this by db dot courses, because this is my table. Now update. Now it says that to which value you want to update, right? So let's say I want to update by title, right? So let's say title, which should be PHP. So I want that this title value should be changed to, and let's say it should be changed to title. So title should be changed to PHP1. Then fee should be changed to, let's say right now it is 2000, it should be 2500, and add another course. So let's say tutor, so let's say John, right? And I think that's it. Okay, so it is saying and matched one and inserted and modified. So if you give here pretty, so you can see that PHP has been changed to PHP1, then it has been changed to 2500, and the tutor has been added to John, right? And as well as, now clear this one, we can also add the values. So rather than writing the full values, you can also set the values. So let me remove this one. So it has changed to PHP1 now. So because this is a finding one through which it finds the data, that I want to update the value where title is PHP1, right? So generally you have the IDs, but for the tutorial we are just adding is title. Okay, so you can give here like set, means you want to set the values. How? Let's say you want to add another value. Okay, so let me add another value. Let's say start date, right? And let's say start date is 25th, or let's say 2017. So I have added this is one. Okay, now let's hit okay. So it has inserted. Now let's see. So you can see it has added the value start date, right? Even we can change the value. So let's say if you want to set start date 2017 to 2019 now, and if you hit this, then you will find out that it has changed to 2019. So this is how we can update the value. Okay, but now let's say I have this start date and you want to increase this value by 2. So how can I do this? You can say $inc. So inc means start, increase by how much value? So let's say increase by 2 value, and if you hit this, okay, there is some error. Okay, this is saying that this is non-numeric argument, so definitely it is a string, so we can't do this. So okay, do one thing, let's update the values. So let's add here let's say value, and set the value and set it as 20. So now we are adding the value where title is PHP1. Okay, then hit, and if you see this one, then we have added the new value 20. Okay, and now we'll increase the value. So let's okay, and then value. Okay, now hit. So it is saying n matched 1 and n modified. So if you see this one, so you can see now it has increased the value as 22. We can also remove any parameter. So how can we do this? So let's say I want to unset the value of this one. So where title equal to php1, and I have one unset parameter through which I can remove. So where unset is this one, and let's say start date. So start date and 1. So it means you want to insert one value. So if you click this, then it says yes, modified. Then you can see the start date has been removed, right? So this is how we can unset the value. As well, you can remove the values too. So let's say this one. So rather than this one, I want to course.find and then remove. So what I want to remove, basically I want to remove where title equals to John. So basically we have two values, right? So that will remove the two values. So write result, but saying that okay, so there is no John. I write the John, I should have written the Java. So and removed is 0. So it means no values have been removed because it didn't find the John. But if you write this as Java, then it is saying that it has removed two values because it found out that there are two titles which have Java value. So if you write as a print, so it will show only one value, right? Okay, so now because as you have seen this, the find value, so the find is to find out the values inside database, right? We can use it as parameters too. So we can, because find give the whole value, right? If we have the n values in database, so it will give me the end rows, right? So you can also give here, let's say this is the find. So I can give inside this like where first equals to php1. So if you give this, okay, because there is no such first, the value is title, right? So I should have written title. So if I hit this, then it will give me this one, and let's put it as pretty. So yes, so let me do one thing. I should update, I should add the value as well. Okay, let me insert. So I am finding the insert. Okay, so let's say I want to insert again which title. Okay, so now if you find this, then this will give me 1, but if you give this, then this will give me two values. Okay, so now you can find the multiple values also. So like we have found out the title equals to php1, so now you can find out the multiple value, so by doing OR. So there is one parameter which have OR. So let me put this in OR and colon, then all values will be come under the array, right? So this is how I can add the values, like add this one, then add where title equals to SQL, because I have to, and then I think that's it. Okay, so let me check whether there is any error inside this. I think yes, because I missed this I missed another curly braces. So let me write it again, dollar or then okay, so let's first check by this one that whether it works fine or not. So let me put this, yes. Now it is giving. So now let's add another value. So let's add another SQL. So now it's giving me two values, right? Because this is already added, that is why it is giving me the three values. Okay, and IDs are different. Okay, so now this is about find. So now I can also get the count. So let's say this is find, and let's say count. So if you check the count, so there are three values, right? One is PHP and two are SQL. So count is 3 1. And now apart than this, I can sort the values also. So let's say if you say sort, so sort by the title. So let's say it's title. So when I give this one title 1, then it sort in ascending order. But if you give count -1, then it will sort as per the descending one, right? So now it is giving SQL PHP. So this is one thing. Okay, so now I have also the limit. So limit, so if you give by default find, it gives me the all value. But if you say limit, so limit by 2, so it will give me 2 rows, right? So that is limit, that what we want to limit. So guys, that's enough for the MongoDB tutorial, and please subscribe the channel for more such videos. Thank you.